Hey everyone, I'm your astrologer Brittany of Ethereal Astrology, helping you to see the larger story of your life with horoscopes that emphasize the cycles of the moon and the slower moving planets. Now, today you're watching your horoscope for the new moon in the sign of Taurus, which occurs on Tuesday, May 7th, 2024 at 11:21 p.m. Eastern Time or 8:21 p.m. Pacific Time. Now, what I think is going on here at this new moon in Taurus is that we are continuing to behave in a different way in our life, where we rest more, where we're more relaxed, more patient, take our time and allow things to come to us. And that there is paying off big time, perhaps suddenly and unexpectedly, to give us some huge revelations and insights here about our life, things that aren't working for us, things we need to change and do differently after this point, and bring some actual unexpected good events here in our lives to help us with money, our gift, skills, and talents, our confidence, and maybe even to our physical appearance and strength, which I think is very good for us here, that we're actually going to be able to work with, I think, in very positive ways and overcome some long-held fears and anxieties. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. If you want to hear more about that, please do stay tuned, because before I hop into that, I do just want to mention one other thing. And what I want to mention before I get into the video is that I've actually heard a lot of your feedback over the years about my videos, and how some of you really like my videos, but they're just a little long. They're just a little long to watch, and that you'd prefer if they were in audio form. So I've gone ahead and I've set up a podcast where you can get the audio version here of this horoscope and of my new, all of them, of my new moon and full moon horoscopes as they continue to come out. You can find that here if you look down below on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Okay, now they're not anything special. It's not like a podcast where I'm doing new content. It's basically just these exact same videos here, just audio only, if that's easier for you to listen to in the car or on the go. But I just thought that I would let you all know, so please do check that out. Now let's go ahead here and let's hop into this video. In order to get started, what I like to do first here is to place on the chart what it is that I'm referring to, so that you can see it and follow along with me. So let me do that. This video is for the new moon in Taurus, in audio now, on Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. Because of that, I've set my chart to that accordingly. You can see here that this chart is for the new moon in Taurus, because I've got the sun and the moon here at the same degree and the same sign here. And when that happens, that is what is considered a new moon. Okay, so we've got the new moon here in Taurus. What is that about? Well, new moons are all about new beginnings, new energy, and fresh starts here. And it's in Taurus, which is where we're getting this new beginning and new energy. And Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's the second sign of the zodiac, which is in a lot of ways about sustaining things we've already started, right? Staying fixed in them here. That's going on, which I believe, if you've been watching my horoscopes from the past few weeks, has been an easier, more restful and relaxed lifestyle. Not only is it about sustaining that, but Taurus itself, being a Venus ruled sign, is also about resting, relaxing, taking it easy here, things like that. Not only is Taurus about that here, sustaining something we've already started, which I think is easier, restful lifestyle here. Taurus, being Venus ruled, is also too not about going out to get things and trying to do a lot. It's about letting things come to us here on its own time, whatever way it needs to. So I think we're also trying to do more of that. And not only is that going on, but Taurus as well is a lot about stability and security here. And I think being more stable and secure in this different approach to life, where we're resting, relaxing, allowing things to come to us instead of going out to get it. In addition to that, Taurus is a lot about confidence and self-worth here, and being more confident in this different approach and trying to increase more of our self-worth here as we go about that. In addition to that, Taurus too, which I'm definitely going to focus on perhaps a little bit later in this horoscope, but is also about money here, our finances. It's also, since it's Venus ruled, it's also as well about our gifts, skills, and talents here that we have available at our disposal. It also too is about our physical appearance being a sign of beauty here in a lot of ways. And it also too can be about our physical strength and vitality also being a sign correlated to fertility here as well. So there can also be themes of that coming together. So what that means to me now, I guess, to synthesize that, is that what this new moon in Taurus is really all about is us getting a new beginning, a new energy, and a fresh start to really continue doing something that we've already been trying to do, which is to rest, relax, be at ease, stop trying to do a whole bunch of stuff and let it come to us here on its own time and in its own way, and to be more secure in that approach, more confident in that approach, and to increase our self-worth while that's happening, and try to figure out money matters, our gift, skills, and talents, and things with our appearance and physical strength and vitality here as well. Okay, so that I think is the big theme here. Now, before I move forward to tell you more detail and more specificity here about that and how that's going to play out and what that might bring, you know me, I do like to go backwards in time for a bit here before I go forwards. Just so you can get more of the context here of how this happened and how we got here, because I think that the context can really change, a lot of things from moon to moon and make one more different than the other. So I'm going to go back to do that. If you're not interested in that, totally fine. You can just skip ahead in the video here to the point that you're interested in. I do put the timestamps down below in the description box here, at least in video form. I don't know if I can do that on podcasts. Someone let me know. But I'm going to put the timestamps here so that you can skip ahead if you would like. But I'm going to go back in time now. And the alignment I like to go back to happened in between January, I believe, to April of 2020. Okay, and that was when Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn, and the South Node all came conjunct here during the middle to late degrees of Capricorn. Okay, now this was a very rare and difficult alignment, very rare because Saturn and Pluto only come conjunct about every 35 years, and not always with Jupiter in the South Node there. Okay, and this was not only a very rare alignment because of that, but a very difficult one because Saturn and Pluto, being outer planets, can be a little bit of a challenge here, and so too can the South Node, and Jupiter as well doesn't like to be in the sign of Capricorn, so also wasn't really that helpful either. Here that's going on. What in particular was this about? Well, I think this was us realizing between January to April of 2020 that there was something that had been going on in our lives for quite some time, possibly even 35 years prior here, that we didn't like anymore or just had simply outgrown, and that we needed to make big Jupiter permanent change, Pluto to end in the structure of our lives, Saturn and Capricorn here, so that we could eventually, move on into a new, different, and better experience here that was happening. And it was us starting to make these big endings and changes in our lives. Okay, that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention, which happened about 2 years later, now April of 2022. In April of 2022, here we had a new moon solar eclipse here in the sign of Taurus. Here, the same sign that we've got the new moon in now. What was that about? Well, that to me was a good thing because it's a new moon, which I tend to like more so than the full moons, and also too because it was on the North Node, which to me is more helpful about our destiny and our purpose and what we're here to learn. Not only did I like that, but I thought it was very significant here because it was an eclipse, and eclipses superpower things here, and it superpowered the new beginning with it being a new moon. And the new beginning that was superpowered was in Taurus. Taurus is a lot about fertility. It's a lot about abundance here and having a more, fresh experience from which to grow after this point. So I think what happened in April of 2022 is that we felt like we had taken enough time, 2 years, to end a lot of things in our life that we didn't like, that weren't working for us, and have the difficult conversations in order to do that we finally in April 2022 were in a much better place in our lives, where we felt like it was now more fertile and more abundant for us to do other things, seek out new experiences, or other things that we might like here and want to bring a part of our lives. Okay, that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention, which happened about 2 weeks after that. So very soon after that, also somewhere around April of 2022. And at that time, we had a full moon lunar eclipse here in the sign of Scorpio. Now that to me was a bit difficult. It was a bit difficult because sometimes full moons can be a bit more difficult than new moons, but especially because it was an eclipse here on the South Node. And the South Node can be a bit of a challenge here since it's about habits and patterns that we have, that we're comfortable doing, that are natural to us, that just are not the most useful for us anymore, at least not at this time here, that we kind of need to either get rid of or do in a fundamentally different way here. So this was a bit hard here, especially with it being an eclipse, superpowering that. What was it that we were comfortable doing that wasn't working for us anymore, that we needed to let go of? Well, Scorpio traits, because that's where the eclipse in the South Node was at that time. And Scorpio, when negative, right, because the South Node was there, can be a little too intertwined with other people and with what they're doing or giving their power away to other people. Scorpio as well can also make too many changes here that's going on with things, can also spend too much money perhaps, and can also as well indulge negative emotions here from the past and the experience we've just been escaping. That's not useful, right? Now that we're in a new and better place, we need to stop making changes. We need to stop associating and giving our power away to people that aren't good with us. We need to stop spending money because we don't know what we're going to need it for and what this new experience is like. Okay? So we needed to get rid of some of those habits here that's going on. And if I can be honest with you, I think that was actually very difficult for us to do and took us pretty much all of 2022 to figure out. It really wasn't until after Mars went retrograde in Gemini at the very end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023, January of 2023, that we started to get it. And in January of 2023, we had Mercury go retrograde in Capricorn, in the same spot that the Jupiter-Pluto-Saturn South Node conjunction happened in 2020. And I think what that brought is us being able to adjust our mindset, right? Mercury mindset, especially after Mars went retrograde in Gemini, Mercury rolled sign, to adjust our mindset and even our physical environment. Mercury has to do with that as well, to be different, where we're not making as many changes, where we're not associating with people and that aren't good for us and giving our power away and spending too much money and indulging these negative emotions. So it wasn't until 2023 that we finally got a different perspective and a different way of working with relationships and money, and maneuvered that here so that we could move forward, which I think was meant to be good. That then leads me now to the next alignments that I want to mention, which happened a few months later. I'm going to mention two together, somewhere in between like March, I think maybe it was March, let's say that, March of 2023. And what happened in March of 2023 is that we had two slower moving planets change signs. That includes Pluto, leave the sign of Capricorn and enter the sign of Aquarius, and Saturn left the sign of Aquarius and entered the sign of Pisces. This to me is a significant thing because they're slower moving planets, which don't change signs too often. And therefore can bring a significant chapter change or story change in our life to be something new and different here. And to be something different where with Saturn and Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac, we're out of the past. Here, moving away from that, and where we're into the future, Aquarius, where Pluto was, in a more authentic way. So what I think happened in March 2023 is we said, okay, now that I've got the correct perspective about this new experience, now let me try again. Now let me try again here to manifest a different and better experience in my life after ending a bunch of stuff that wasn't working for me. Okay, and to take that leap here that's going on, that I think we also tried to do around that time with the new moon solar eclipse in Aries around them. Okay, that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention. I think I'm going to skip ahead now to about June or July, somewhere around there. We had another alignment happen of 2023. And what happened around that time is we had Venus go retrograde here in the sign of Leo. Okay, now this is a little bit of a challenging thing here because it's a planet appearing to go backwards, not its natural motion here. And of course, it's a personal planet, which sometimes can be felt more personally, in our everyday lives. So this was a bit hard here, making us feel like, well, we can't move forward, right? It's going backwards. We can't move forward. We want to move forward into a new experience of life. We still can't move forward here. That was very hard. Why were we still stuck and unable to move forward and hitting another roadblock? Well, that's because of the Leo stuff, right? Because if we were doing Leo fine, Venus wouldn't need to go retrograde there. So it's because of the Leo stuff, and Leo's a lot about happiness, joy, fun, pleasure. So we started to realize in July of 2023, right around there, I can't move forward into a new and better experience of life because I'm not happy, I'm not joyful, and I'm not allowing happiness and joy into my life here. And I'm still stuck, especially with Pluto retrograded back to the last degrees of Capricorn, in emergency mode, in fight or flight, in fear, and in perhaps a lot of these responsibilities that it is that I don't want to be doing. So that's what happened there, July 2023. Another try and a new beginning, now with a different perspective, not giving my power away to other people, not indulging negative emotions, but still can't move forward because I'm not happy and I'm still stuck in emergency mode, fight or flight, etc. Difficult. Okay. That then leads me to the next alignment that I want to mention, also around that same time, July 2023. And also I think maybe I'll give it now August of, this is just last year, 2023. And what happened around August of 2023 is that we had Pluto here back into Capricorn, retrograded back there, and made a square with the nodal axis, which include the south node here in Libra and the north node in Aries here. Okay, now this is also a very difficult alignment here, considered a skip step in evolutionary astrology. When a planet squares the nodal axis, that can also bring a feeling of stuckness, of unable to move forward in some sort of way. That can be very difficult. Okay, especially with Pluto involved. But even though this can be another indicator of stuckness, this stuckness and this intense pressure can force choices, right? When you get a planet square the nodes, can force choices. And with Pluto, they're big, drastic changes here that need to be made. And I think big, drastic changes that need to be made here, and decisions to make those here, to honor more of our emotions and to have more fun, do more of what we love, and get out of anything that felt emergency mode, hard, strict, routine, anything like that. Okay. And I think that we did that. It was hard, but in July, August of last year, we did that. We made changes to stop with the responsibilities we don't like, aren't working for us, and to honor more of our heart and be happy and things like that. Okay. That then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention, which was the beginning of this year. Okay, the beginning of this year, January of 2024, okay, we had a new moon in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, what was that about? Well, new moons are about new beginnings, and Capricorn is about that emergency mode I was just talking about here, and working out that, or doing that in a different way. And I think what happened in January of this year, 2024, is that we started to get a better balance between work and responsibility that we needed to do, and play and fun, so that we're not too much work and responsibility, we're not too much play and fun, but we're starting to get it in a better way and in a healthier balance that it is that we needed here. That then leads me now, the next new moon happened in February of this year, 2024. Okay, and Aquarius, okay, the next sign over. What I think happened then is that we then tried to move forward into the future again, Aquarius, about the future. Pluto was also back in Aquarius around that time too. Move forward again into the future, into a new beginning, a new chapter in life, for what, the second or third time now that we've been trying to do this here. We then tried to move forward again here and do things in a different way, and all of that. But even though we tried then, I think we then ran into some more roadblocks in March, which at the new moon in Pisces, right? We ran into some roadblocks here in March at the new moon in Pisces of this year when it came to moving forward yet again into a different experience, because I think there were still a few more old things that we needed to tie up here and release and let go of and work out, and some things in our soul that we needed to work out. And also too, because we still needed, I think, to get a different approach to life that's easier, not just fun, not just where we're balancing work and fun, but where we're feeling more at ease and more restful and more relaxed throughout the process that we hadn't really had yet here, that we needed to adopt. And a month later after that, April 2024, we had another new moon here in the sign of Aries, a solar eclipse. And I think at that time we started to get more of this restful way of life, restful and relaxed here, and more at peace here, and to kind of settle into this different way of life that was going on, even though there were some fears and anxieties here that might have been around that. And that then leads me now to this new moon, of which this video is for here in the sign of Taurus on May 7th here. And this new moon is about us continuing to sustain this different way of life, in which we're more balanced between work and play, and in which we're more restful, more at ease, less stressed, taking things as they come here. So it's us really trying to sustain that approach and get more confident and more secure here in that approach to life that's going on, so that it can help us work out some other issues in our life with money and our body and our gift, skills, and talents and things like that. Okay, and that's it. That's all that's going on, that I'm going to talk about for now here in terms of the past, because that's all I'm going to talk about in terms of the past. I'm now going to move here to the new moon, back to that new moon in Taurus here that is going on for this video, and to explain more of the specific aspects. So to move back to the new moon in Taurus, I'm just going to place it on the chart again after all of that here, and I'm just going to summarize it briefly one more time. This new moon in Taurus here is about us trying to sustain a different way of life in which we're balancing work and play, but especially resting, relaxing, being at ease, not forcing things, and letting things come to us here, and becoming more confident in that approach. Okay, that's what's going on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at some of the specific aspects that the new moon is making and that's happening at the time around it. And the first one I want to take a look at here is Venus, is the fact that this new moon is making a conjunction here with Venus about where you see it in the chart. Okay. This to me is a very good thing here that I really, really like a lot. This is a very good thing here for a few reasons. It's a very good thing because it's Venus. Venus is a planet of ease. It's a planet of beauty. It's a very friendly planet here, and a personal planet. Not only is it a good thing because of that, it's also a good thing too because it's at home in the sign of Taurus, okay, which means it likes to be in Taurus. It gets along very well there and functions more easily and naturally there. Not only is that a good thing because of that, but it's also a good thing too, and I didn't mention this earlier in the video, but it's a good thing because the moon is there, and the moon as well is exalted in the sign of Taurus, meaning it likes to be there more than it does in the other signs. So we've got, and the moon's also a planet that can tend to be more helpful too in a lot of ways. So we've got two planets that really love to be in the sign of Taurus and really get along with each other here, making an important aspect and an important connection. So this to me is wonderful. What is the good thing about this? Well, because Venus is naturally correlated to Taurus and is at home in that sign, it naturally carries the traits of Taurus, right? And if Taurus is about slowing down, taking it easy, resting and relaxing, not worrying about things, not pushing, forcing here, and letting things come to us, then that's also what Venus is about here as well. Okay, so they're about similar things, especially again with Venus being the feminine principle. Venus isn't about, I'm going to go out and get all this stuff. It's like, no, I'm going to sit here and let it come to me. Okay. Not only is it indicating like a double helping of that, like a double helping of like resting, taking it easy, letting things come to us here and just chilling, that's going on. But it's also representing too, because this is a beautiful placement, us having more ease accepting that or coming more to terms with that, or it feeling just more easy and more natural for us to do here at this time, to rest and to relax, especially because I think we've been trying to work that out for at least the past month or two here as well. So this to me can be very good, feel more natural, feel more confident, feel more secure. Not only can this help us to do this different approach to life, more restful, more easy, more relaxed, letting things come to us just more fully, more completely with more of a natural and accepting kind of way here, but this too can also help us as well to get more in touch with ourselves. Taurus is not a relationship sign. It's about ourselves. It's about who we are. It's about what we need, what we value, what's important to us here. So it can also help us to really get in touch with the truth of who we are and our priorities, our values. To me, those are also Taurus words here that I think can be very, very nice, and to start to get more in touch with that. Okay, so very good here, like extra boost, extra support to rest, relax, chill, not worry, not stress, not do too much, and let things come to us, and to feel more at ease, more secure, more confident, and in that, and to allow that to let us get to know ourselves better and our needs and values and priorities, because sometimes it's hard to hear yourself and what's important to you when you're busy and when you're doing all this stuff here that's going on. Okay. that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention here in regards to this new moon in Taurus, which is that it's conjunct here Uranus as well on the other side. Probably a bit more exact here, but it's also conjunct Uranus. Okay. Now, I know that this here, the conjunction to Uranus isn't as good as perhaps, say, the moon is in Taurus or the new moon conjunct Venus, because Uranus doesn't really like to be in the sign of Taurus. Okay. As to where the moon and Venus love Taurus, Uranus doesn't. So I know that can make Uranus maybe function in a weird way here. But even though this sure can be a little startling in some ways, I'm still very positive on this Uranus alignment here, more so maybe than I would be at other times. And I'm very positive on this Uranus alignment because, again, it's not just anything in Taurus with Uranus, it's the moon exalted there and it's Venus at home there, which is going to minimize the negative effects of Uranus and bring them more positive. And not only that, but Jupiter's there, which we're going to talk about in a minute, which I also tend to like here as being a helpful influence. So there maybe could be something a little challenging about it, but I think there's more of a positive to it here that's going on. Okay, what could this bring here? First, well, Uranus is the planet of the sudden and of the unexpected here. So this could bring a sudden and unexpected thing. It could be an insight here because sometimes Uranus is about the higher mind, since it naturally correlates to Aquarius, which is an air sign. But I also think it's a physical event too, being in the sign of Taurus, which is an earth sign, very physical. I think it's both an unexpected insight, which probably first is probably an insight first, which may then lead to some sort of unexpected external event here that's going on. Not only is Uranus about that here, but Uranus also tends to be about breaking free, right? It's very freedom loving, breaking free from things that are keeping us stuck, that aren't working for us here in the ways that we've done them before at this time here that's happening. Okay, so what this to me here is bringing, well, hold on, before I bring it all together, another thought I want to add here too is that the reason why Uranus it can be a little challenging in the sign of Taurus is because it's unexpected, right? Sometimes when you get an unexpected insight about there's something you got to break free from here, you got to break free from it. That can be a little startling, right? If you weren't expecting it and a little jarring. Not only can it be a little startling too, but Taurus is a sign that likes tangible proof of things here, deals with the tangible environment. So not only can it be an unexpected insight, which then leads to an event here that's going on to break free from something, but that can be a little startling here because maybe we weren't planning on it, or because it might require us to let go of some things in our physical environment that maybe used to give us a sense of stability or identity here as well. Not only that, but I should also say one other thing about this alignment. This is in the sign of Taurus, and I know mostly in this video so far, I've talked about Taurus in terms of resting, being at ease, things like that. But if we want to talk more tangible definitions of Taurus, Taurus is a lot about money. It's a lot about our gifts, skills, and talents. Here, it's also about our confidence and our self-worth and our values. And it's also too, again, can be about our physical appearance or vitality here as well. So these unexpected insights, which may lead to events about things we need to break free from here that aren't working for us, that could be a little shaking, could be money sources. Maybe there's a money source we need to break free from, not working for us. Maybe there is, a gift, skill, and talent we used to have that's not working for us, or the way we used to use that gift, skill, and talent not working for us. We need to break free from that or stop doing that here that's going on. But could also be related to values. Maybe we used to value certain things, used to be important to us. It's not working anymore. We need to break free from that. Or maybe we had an old appearance or old way of dealing with, our bodies, our physical strength, not working for us anymore, and who we're becoming. We want to change that. So it could, and break free from that. So it could also manifest in that way as well. So what that means to me now to bring this together here before I add more layers is what's going on at this new moon in Taurus is that we are really trying to sustain a different way of doing life in which we rest, relax, be at ease, don't stress, don't do a whole lot, and instead let things come to us here and to get more confident and secure in that approach. And it is working. it is working here at this new moon in Taurus. We are, in fact, I think, getting this easier way of life, resting and relaxing, coming more to terms with that and more at peace with that process, which is then allowing us to be more introspective here, to really understand better what our true needs and values are for us as individuals. And this rest and this ease and this introspection is then suddenly and unexpectedly bringing unexpected insights about ourselves and our situation that we weren't planning on here, and about certain things in our life that we might need to break free from internally and externally here, and end that aren't working for us here, which could take the form of us ending financial situations that aren't working, ending the way we use our gifts, skills, and talents isn't working, ending certain values that aren't working for us, or ending certain physical appearance or way we deal with our body here that's going on, which could feel a little startling here, a little startling and shake our sense of stability momentarily. Okay, that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention, and that's going to be the fact that this new moon is also fairly close to Jupiter here as well. I'm making a conjunction to that. What is that about? Now, this to me is a very good thing. This to me is a good thing here because I tend to like Jupiter. It's a planet of wisdom and understanding, and it's a planet of gifts and good luck. It really has to do with both of those things here, which can be internal, but I think there's also a physical external component to it as well. So this to me is meant to be a good thing, and it's fine in the sign of Taurus. It functions fine there. So I think that's a good thing. What is the good thing? Well, Jupiter, again, is about wisdom and understanding. It's also about gifts and good luck here. It's also to a planet of new things, manifesting new things that are different than what we've done before, that are going to be better for us and our situation, and more in tune with what the situation needs here. And again, it's in Taurus, and Taurus is a lot about money. It's a lot about money. It's a lot about our stability and security. It's a lot about our gift, skills, and talents, our physical appearance and vitality here. That's going on. So it's us getting wisdom and understanding about new things that we can do, and having good luck after breaking free from some of this old stuff here, to do new ways of making money, better ways of making money, more money, bring more money in, to cultivate new skills and talents that we haven't cultivated before, or use our old skills and talents in new, different, and better ways here, or to have a new appearance, a new way of working with our body, or an old appearance, but in this better way, in a different and better way of working here with that. That's going on. That I think can be very, very helpful here for us, right? Especially with Uranus, which can be about unique, right? Doing things in unique, revolutionary ways. So we're coming up with like new ways of doing things. Okay, so what that means to bring it together here, continue with that, is this new moon in Taurus, we're continuing to sustain a restful, easier experience of life, where we chill, take it easy, don't do too much, and let things come to us here, and get more confident in that. And that is working. It's working. We're getting it. We're getting the picture. We're getting the hang of this resting and relaxing in this easier way, and are coming more to terms and are accepting it, and we're becoming more secure in that, which is then bringing us inwards to reflect more on ourselves, on our true needs and values, and on what's truly important to us as individuals. And this ease and reflection is then leading us to some sudden and unexpected insights here about our situation, and about our money, about our appearance, about our own needs and values, about our gifts, skills, and talents that aren't working for us anymore, that we need to break free from or end. And not only is it giving us some sudden and unexpected insights about that, but it's also giving us some sudden and unexpected insights about what new and better things can take the place of that. What new and better things with money, with our gift, skills, and talents, with our appearance and physical vitality, and with our needs and values can come into place that are going to be more useful to us. And it can bring good, unexpected physical events to facilitate here this change, which could feel a bit uncomfortable in the moment with this unexpected, startling thing, and a lot of shifts going on, but is going to work out in your best interest here very soon. Now, and I think in the next 2 weeks till that full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, Jupiter's full moon in Jupiter sign. Okay. Okay, that then leads me now to the next alignment that I want to mention here, which is going to be the fact that this new moon in Taurus is making a sextile over here to Saturn in the sign of Pisces. This to me is also a very good alignment because it's a sextile, which I always interpret in a positive way, no matter which planets are involved, because it's an aspect between two or more planets that are in signs of complementary elements. And in this case, it's earth and water. So this to me is a good thing. What is the good thing that's going on here? Well, remember the new moon, that's what's in this good aspect, is in Taurus, sustaining an easier way of life. Okay. Getting unexpected insights about things we need to break free from and new and better things we need to do, and having good luck. Unexpected events facilitate all of that. Okay. Well, that's making a positive alignment to Saturn and Pisces. Pisces is a lot about the past here, old things. It's also a lot about releasing that and letting that go. And Saturn can bring more commitment, or positive decisions, if you will, and more structure to the whole situation here to make that easier here. So this can bring a more permanent, positive way of releasing old things now that are no longer working for us here, so that the new things can come together, right, in a way that feels more secure. Not only that, but Pisces as well is about our inner worlds, being a water sign, and about our emotions. So it can also bring to a different emotional state, a more peaceful emotional state. I see a lot of times Pisces about peace. Also too, Pisces is about compassion for ourselves and others, and more so trust in the universe, trust in God, trust in a higher power. That's really the where I want to get to. This can also restore more of our trust in the universe and in the process here, and that we're going to be okay, and to give us just more peace and hope here for our journey here and for what's going on, that I think can be nice here as well, and lift our spirits a good bit. Okay, so I think that's very good, right? Easier way of life, chilling, getting to know ourselves better, leading to sudden and unexpected insights here, to break free from things that aren't working, money, gifts, talents, appearance, values, and to cultivate new and better ones of all of that, which is helping us to end things in a more permanent, more structured way, so that we can embrace the new and feel more peaceful, changed internally in a positive way, and start to trust ourselves and the universe a little bit more. I think there's probably a lot more to go when it comes to trusting ourselves and the universe, but a little bit more here, which I think is good. Okay, that then leads me now to the next, and I think the last alignment I'm going to mention here in this video, which is going to be Mercury. Mercury is going to be making a conjunction to Chiron here in Aries at the time of this new moon. About a week before it's going to leave post retrograde shadow. Okay, what is this about? Now, sure, you can say that this is difficult, bringing up some difficult, because Chiron can be a little bit of a challenge, conversations with Mercury, or Mercury can also be about adjusting our environment. So, this could bring up some difficult conversations about how we adjust our environment here, right? Especially if there's something unexpected going on. There's going to be a lot of conversations like, what am I ending? What am I beginning? How is this working? To kind of get everything together. Or just conversations that can be very sensitive. But even though this can bring that, I feel very optimistic about this. And I feel very optimistic about this alignment because this isn't Mercury's first rodeo with Chiron. It went retrograde. It went retrograde over Chiron like 3 times in the past month or so, and so it's kind of been here, done that, and learned it, and is now figuring out how to work with Chiron better. So even though this can bring up, some very sensitive conversations or topics around things we're ending and things we're beginning, and about how we want to do all of this, I actually think we are overcoming that sensitivity, overcoming any pain or difficulty around resting, relaxing, around these opportunities that are coming up, and are learning how to conquer our fears, how to conquer our fears and how to be more courageous. Like Aries can be very courageous and to feel stronger here and more capable when it comes to, putting our lives in a better place here. So I think that this is actually, to me, more of a good thing, right? resting, being at ease, chilling, getting to know ourselves better, bringing insights unexpectedly about things we need to break free from with money, our appearance and vitality, our gift, skills, and talents aren't working for us, and new ones we want to do now that are going to be better for us here, which is a little startling here, but really going to work for us to escape old things and be put on more solid footing and feel better and have more faith in life again. And it could involve some very sensitive conversations as we work out this unexpected stuff here about what's going to happen and how it's going to happen and how we're going to rearrange our resources. But we're working through that sensitivity, we're conquering fears, and we're stepping more into our personal power and inner strength here in order to maneuver these things in a much better and stronger way that's going to work for us, that I really do like a lot. Okay. That's going on. Okay. And that's all the aspects that I want to mention. Before I erase the chart though and move on, I do want to say another thing here. I think a lot of this, to be honest, feels like it's going to happen pretty naturally to me here, because I do like a lot of things about this new moon. You know, the moon's exalted in Taurus. It's conjunct the ruler of the sign Venus, which is at home. Jupiter's involved, which I tend to like here. Even Mars, I didn't talk about Mars, but Mars is in its home sign of Aries, you know, and Uranus can be also spontaneous. I think a lot of this is going to happen naturally, especially the good stuff. But if you're not feeling that way, if you're not feeling like anything good is happening here, you know, and you haven't gotten any insights about new money sources, better money sources, you know, new gift, skills, and talents, or physical appearance and vitality, if you're feeling that way, then I'm going to give you some advice. And the advice that I want to give you is back to the very beginning, the core of this new moon in Taurus, right? Which is about what? Continuing to rest, relax, chill, be at ease, and not force things. That is the key. That is the key to unlocking all of these good things here that are coming, as resting, chilling, waiting, and letting it come to you here. Because by you resting and chilling, right, you're going to get insights. You're going to understand things about yourself you didn't understand before, which is going to unlock some doors, and you're going to give space for things to happen to you. So if nothing good is going on in your life around this new moon or in the week or two after, then it's because you're not resting and relaxing enough. Here, you're staying too busy and you're doing too much here instead of letting it come to you, and you need to stop that. Stop that, chill, wait, and that's when the magic will happen here all of a sudden. That's going on, okay? Because that's the key, and that's what's needed. All right, and that's it, because that's it. I'm now just going to repeat all of that one last time without the astrological jargon. So let me do that now. What I think is going on here at this new moon in the sign of Taurus is that we're trying to sustain a different way of life in which we rest and relax more and take it easy and chill and let things come to us instead of us going out to get it here. And we're actually at this new moon having a lot of success. I think to do that, to adopt this different approach to life, to accept it, and to be more at ease and to be more confident and secure in just chilling and in just waiting. And because we are just chilling and waiting and becoming more accepting of that, it's then giving us time and space to be introspective and to learn more things about ourselves and our needs and values that we couldn't see before when we were so busy and so stressed here with all of these things. And these insights that we're getting about ourselves and our needs and values are then suddenly and unexpectedly alerting us to things in our life that we need to end or change here, or break free from here, that's no longer working for us, especially with money, our gift, skills, and talents, our values, and our physical appearance and vitality. Not only is it giving us unexpected insights about that, but it's also giving us unexpected insights about what new and better things we need to do now. Here with those same things, new and better money sources, new and better gift, skills, and talents, or using old ones in new and better ways here, and a new and better way of dealing with our appearance, our physical vitality, or the old one, new and better ways. It's giving us insights about all of that, and we're experiencing good unexpected events in order to facilitate this shift. And it could feel a little scary and overwhelming here as it happens and things shift, because it might feel a little shaky and you might not have that stability that you had, especially as you have conversations and work out the details. But even though it may feel a little scary and shaky as it happens, here I think we are stronger now, and we're recognizing these things for the good things that they are here, and we're going to be able to overcome any insecurities around these new opportunities and new things that we're working out, and be able to really embrace them and work with them in helpful ways. That's going to allow us to really turn a corner in our lives, within ourselves, release the past, and feel more at peace in ourselves and more trusting here of life and the universe and God to bring us in a different and better direction. And I think a lot of that's going to happen naturally. But if it's not happening naturally, I'm going to give you some advice. And the advice that I want to give you here is that it all comes back to resting, relaxing, and taking it easy here. Because if you're not getting good, unexpected insights and events happening, it's because you're not resting, relaxing enough. You've been cutting that short. You need to go back to do that. And the more you do that, the resting and relaxing, these other good things here are going to come together. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Now, what I typically like to do at this point in the video is just add some other thoughts here that maybe I wasn't able to say before as I was sticking to the aspects here. I don't know if there's really anything too much I want to add other than the resting and relaxing is crucial. It's important. If there is something in your life that is you're really stuck on and you're really stumped and you're like, I've been trying everything and I've been doing everything. I just nothing works. I can't get an answer. I can't get an answer with a job about what I want to do, or I can't hear back from somebody, or I can't get an answer about, a relationship, or I can't get an answer about money, or I can't get an answer about this, If there's anything in your life that you're feeling stuck on here, the way to resolve that stuckness is not to try harder to get the job, to contact the person, to get the thing, to do this, to do that. It's not to try harder. It's actually to try less here, and to stress less, and to give it some space, man, and to let it breathe. I think that's what's really needed here, and that's going to turn everything on its head and bring everything into balance and bring the good insights and the good events here that are coming. It could sound a little counterintuitive here, especially with the Pluto Capricorn world we've been living in, but it's what's needed here at this time. Hey, why is that needed? I hope you all are understanding that when you're too close to a situation and when you're too stressed about a situation, you don't see it clearly. Do you understand? When you're super close to something and you're doing it every day and you're worried about it nonstop, you can't see things clearly because you're in this close-up world and bubble of stress. But when you take a step back to be like, you know what, I'm just not going to worry. I'm going to do other things. I'm going to relax. Then you see it differently. You see it differently because you're from a different vantage point. You're not up close worried. You're seeing a broader perspective of things. And not only that, but when you're relaxed, you're not viewing things from a fearful state. You're viewing things from a more positive, more productive, more hopeful state here that's going on, that gives you a different perspective and gives you a better one here. So the resting and relaxing, even though it may feel like is counterproductive, even though it may feel like you're doing nothing, is actually the most productive and the best thing you can do, because it's giving you a very different and better perspective on things that are really important to you in your life, that are going to help you and that are going to unlock doors. Okay, that's going on. Not only is it going to give you a different and a better perspective, but again, there's something unique about this, something you didn't see before. Okay, that's going on that could change things and take things in a very different direction for some of you. And I also want to linger on that, because not only is taking a step back and resting and relaxing going to give you a different perspective on what you were doing, but for many of you, it's going to bring an unexpected different perspective that's going to pivot your situation or take your situation in a very different direction than what you saw before, especially with Uranus involved, which is unique, revolutionary, out of the blue, like weird. It can bring a very different perspective that also you couldn't see if you were up close either, that might need to come together, right? That you also couldn't have embraced before if you were too stuck in worry and doing things in an old way here that's going on. So I think that's a thought there. And I want to emphasize that because in the past video or two that I've done, I've gotten a few people in the comments that are like, I'm looking for a new home. I'm looking for a new place to live. I'm looking for a new job. I've been looking for a very long time and it just hasn't been working. What do I do? Do I keep looking for a home? Do I keep looking for a job? I think in the comments over the course of the past few videos to, I think it was like 2 people in particular, I said, sure, look, but take it easy and try not to stress out. And I think a message that I'm feeling here at this new moon in Taurus is maybe some of you just need to stop looking altogether. Stop looking altogether. If you're trying to find a job and you're trying to find a new home or whatever, and you've been trying to relax about it, but you still kind of been looking and you're still kind of stressed and it's still not happening, then just stop altogether here. And it doesn't look like you're going to have to stop for that long. Don't put a time frame on it, but it doesn't look like you're going to have to stop for that long. Just stop it all together for a week or two. And I think that you're going to get the insight that you need here, and it's going to be more productive than you think. Okay. Right. So that's very specific for some of you. And maybe that's the progression between the last few weeks, from the new moon in Aries to the new moon in Taurus, right? The new moon in Aries, the past few weeks, and the last full moon horoscope that we talked about was like, we're learning to be at ease. We're learning to rest and relax. And now the new moon in Taurus with all these planets in Taurus is like, no, we're doing it. So maybe that was part of it. Maybe the past few weeks, it was like, we're learning not to, we're learning to like still kind of do, take care of stuff, but to do it in an easier way. And now the new moon in Taurus is like, let's just go all in on the resting and relaxing here for a few days and see how that goes. Okay. So I want to note that here, maybe some of you just need to suspend your efforts altogether for a few days. Okay. It doesn't mean forever. Literally, it's just like a few days and you're gonna get some unexpected insight. Okay. Another thing that I want to note here too, is about the specifics of how this may play out. This is happening in Taurus. Again, Taurus is a lot about money. It's about our gift, skills, and talents, and about our values, and about our physical appearance and vitality. So a lot of the insights and things that a lot of you are going to be getting that maybe you've been missing or feel stuck on are going to revolve around that. How do I work with my money in new, different, and better ways, or make more money, or work with my old money situation in a better way? How do I work with my gifts? How do I cultivate a new gift, skill, and talent? Could be an insight about that here, or work with an old gift, skill, and talent here in a better way that's going on. Could also be about your physical appearance or your body. How do I get a new appearance, or work with my body in a new way, or do the old appearance better? Can be a lot of things about that in particular that's coming. Doesn't mean that it can't influence other areas of your life here, like a home here that's going on, and a job clearly has money implications, just that it looks more surrounding those things, right? So if home is your situation, it looks probably more money related, to note all of that. Okay. That those are the areas in particular that you can expect unexpected, good, insights, breaking free, good things coming. Okay, what else? If this is a relationship, let me talk about relationships for a minute here. Taurus is, because I didn't mention that, right? I didn't say, well, this a good thing is about relationships. I said it's about money and our gift, skills, and talents, and our values, and everything else kind of revolves around that, and our appearance and whatnot. Well, and a job has obvious correlations to money. Maybe even a house you can understand as correlations to money as well. But when it comes to relationships, right, and there may be some money issues with relationships here too that are going to get resolved and you're going to get insights on. But I want to note that Taurus is not really a relationship sign. It's opposite one of those, which is Scorpio. It's more about looking out for yourself, numero uno here as well. So I want to note that too, that some of these insights that you're getting at this new moon in Taurus here, when that could also come is you learning to value yourself more in relationships and to stop giving your power away to other people here, and for you to break free from relationships that aren't serving you, and to seek out other ones that are going to be more in your best interest, or to be alone. Like Taurus isn't afraid of being alone. Like some of you are learning to be just more okay with being alone, especially with Saturn and Pisces. Pisces can also be about, isolation and things like that. Some of you are also at this time learning, like, it's okay to be alone. Like there's nothing wrong with not being in a relationship here as well. So I think that that could also be happening here too. Not just new and better money sources and ways of making money and working with it, which can be tied up with home and job and relationship, and not just new, better physical appearance and physical strength and vitality, which can also be tied up in other things in health, and not just, new values and things and new gift skills and talents, but this could also be adjustments in relationships to be more in tune with your needs and values, or for you to break free from ones that aren't working, to be more okay with being alone or seeking out other types of partnerships. So there's some of that happening. Okay. Another thought here too, again, I want to emphasize, I don't know if I've said it clear with the examples, the unexpected nature of it. So maybe to put more of the examples to it, maybe some of you need the space from your situation to get the unexpected insights, because maybe let me put it in context. Let me give you an example here. Let's talk about money for a minute. Maybe some of you have really been struggling to find a job, find a job that you might like here, that might be good for you. Well, maybe some of you have been stressing too much about it and been too worried about it and just been trying too hard or in weird ways to make it happen. So an example, what you might need to do at this new moon in Taurus is just stop seeking a job altogether, stop trying, and just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Do other things, chill and relax. And that can give you some insights about work, but it may give you a very unique insight that you didn't see coming, that you might want a totally different job than you've ever thought of, or you might want to do something else for work that never occurred to you before, or some unexpected thing may come up with a job in a totally different field that you weren't considering before that now is part of the equation. Okay. So that's a way it could play out. Another way it could play out, I think this is really where I wanted to get to in this portion. I don't know why it took me so long. Another way this could play out too could be with gift skills and talents, which weirdly is related to money, but some of you could be seeking a job with a certain gift, skill, and talent, or cultivating a certain talent of some sort. But what may happen is that you found it really difficult to learn a new skill or talent, or to get work with this new skill or talent, or to learn it. I don't know. And so what you might need to do at this new moon is just chill and just stop with it. Stop trying to learn a new talent. Stop trying to figure out what you're not doing right about it, and just let it go. And then you may, as a result of that, get some kind of sudden unexpected insight that there's maybe a totally other new skill and talent that you need to cultivate, and not this one that you're stressing out about. That, and this new one may actually be a better fit for you and easier for you to cultivate. And you actually may find work better with this skill and talent than with the other here, or can use it in a better way. Okay, this can also be too about your physical appearance or your body, your vitality and strength. So another thing that could be going on is maybe some of you have just been really stuck when it comes to, your appearance, your hair, your clothes, things like that, or just the strength of your body. Maybe it's a health issue. Been really stuck when it comes to your health and what's going on there with your physical body, and haven't really known how to fix that. Well, what you might need to do for a few days, just forget about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do something else that's fun. Just chill here. And then from doing that, you may get some kind of insight here about your appearance and about your health and how to fix that. But it could be an unexpected one. It could be unusual, an unusual one where you thought you wanted to do this to your hair and now you want to do this other thing instead. That's actually, a better fit for you. Or you thought that you needed to do this to improve the health of your body, but it's actually this other thing, that you weren't thinking here, that now takes the care of your body in a different direction. So I think there's also a need to acknowledge some of that, or maybe the housing situation, right? Because I know that some of you have been trying to find houses, it just hasn't been working, and living situations because of the money and whatever. okay, well, just chill. Don't worry about it. Don't stress. Just do other things. And then what could happen is while you're doing other things, all of a sudden you could get a sudden unexpected insight about the home situation, and that helps. And that unexpected insight could be about you looking in a totally different place for a home. It could just be like an aha of like, oh, I've been looking here for a home. I need to be looking here instead, in this city instead of that one. Or I need, to work with this realtor instead of that. It'd be some kind of like weird, unique, unusual idea you had not considered before. Here, that's actually going to snap things into place very quickly and easily for you here as well, or some kind of weird situation with the finances to make it work, or some kind of weird home situation, could be something like that as well. Here that's going on, or it could be, maybe to give you the example with relationships, could be maybe some of you have some kind of a relationship that you're in that you've been really struggling to kind of make work and get on the same page. So maybe what you need to do with that relationship is just chill. Don't really contact each other too much, or just give each other space, whatever it is, just give each other space. Don't worry about the relationship. And then you might get some sudden unexpected insight here that comes about that relationship that maybe you weren't expecting, which could be to end the relationship, or could be to do some weird, unique thing with the relationship that you hadn't considered before. That's actually better for you all. Instead of living together, you live in separate places, you have separate bedrooms, could just be something, it's weird, something different that actually is much better that you hadn't considered here with the relationship. Maybe you're trying to date, and another example, and you haven't been able to find people that you've been dating that you would like to date. So what you need to do in that situation, chill, don't worry about it, do something else. Okay. And from doing that, then you might get some sudden unexpected insight. And that sudden unexpected insight could be that you really don't want to date as much as you thought you did. You really are fine being alone and all of that, but could also be a sudden unexpected insight to look for a totally different type of person than you were before. You thought you're a good match for this person, but it turns out you're not. You actually are a better match for someone else. So it could be to look for a totally different type of person than you had before in a totally different place. That could come up that, again, is actually going to be better for you. Right? The next thing that I want to note here before I do your insight degree and pull your card is that this to me is the biggest new moon of the entire year, because it is conjunct Jupiter and Uranus, which is the biggest alignment of this entire year, and a bit of a rare one that only happens once every 14 years. So the other thought I'll say here is that this is a huge alignment, the biggest one of this year, which is why I'm spending so much time now and in the past video or two talking about it here. So this is a huge alignment. It's the biggest alignment of this year. And because this is the biggest alignment, I think, of this year, I also want to note that this to me is the biggest thing that's going to happen all year. Not only is it the biggest alignment of this year and the biggest new moon of this year, but this is where the biggest event is going to happen in your life this year, where you're going to experience the most drastic life changes here. So if you're wondering when that's going to be, this now is it. I think in the next 2 weeks till that full moon in Sagittarius here, the rest of the year is more little things going on and all of that. Not only more little things that are just based on this. The other thing I want to note as well is not only that, but this is actually a very fortunate alignment to have as a big one that's going to be the biggest of this year. So the end of this is very positive. Some of you might feel a little nervous now and at the beginning of this new moon, but it's going to turn out very well in the next 2 weeks. I think beautiful in a way maybe you didn't see coming, that we're going to talk more about the full moon in Sagittarius. So this is also a very fortunate alignment to have that's very big, and good things are going to happen. Okay. The rest of the year, we're going to run into more challenges, but this now, for which this video is for, huge alignment, something super significant going on in your life here. It's going to be a very good one. Okay, not only that, but another thought that I want to add here about this significant thing going on here that's going to be good is I do think for a lot of you, it's something you've been trying to get to for a while, since 2020. And I do think it's going to be very solid, very long lasting, whatever insight that it is that you get. Okay. So even if the insight that you come up with is unexpected and weird, it's weirdly going to be an insight that is the right one that's going to last the test of time. I think that's going to put you on a much better trajectory here for a while and give you something more tangible to show for yourself than you've had in years. So it's going to be not just one of these good things that then happens and passes and then you move on. It's going to be a good thing that is going to be real. It's going to be tangible, and it's going to stay with you. Has the potential to stay with you for years. for years, and to really grow to be something beautiful here that's going on once it occurs, right? This good thing. But another thought too that I want to note as well is that not only is this when the biggest things of the year are going to happen, and they're very fortunate things that are going to happen, and they're things we've been wanting to happen for a very long time that haven't happened yet. They're going to be very real, very solid, and very tangible here. But I also want to note too that you may not know what these good things are that I'm talking about until that full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, and to not get worried if it hasn't happened to you yet. You know, like you're going to need the full 2 weeks to relax, get these insights, and break free from things and get the new stuff here, and to not worry. Okay. You know, but it's if you don't understand what the good thing is, it's definitely going to happen here in the next 2 weeks. And I actually think it's going to happen much quicker than in the next 2 weeks. I think it's probably going to happen in the next few days after this new moon, but I'm trying to manage your expectations by saying 2 weeks. And I think that we're going to need some time once these good things occur to work them out, which will take another 2 weeks or so. Okay, but I think that's all I'm going to say. Because of that, I'm just going to look at your inside degrees here, which were not written by me. They're written by Elias Lonsdale. But I think that they're accurate and helpful. So we're going to do that. The new moon is at 18 degrees, but I think that 17, 18, and 19 can all be relevant because the planets are in motion. Okay, it says Taurus 17, I like them all. The spilling out of blood and guts, arriving at the critical point where it all comes out, huge relief and release, something held forever with great tension and pressure, yet destiny brings a reckoning of all the places at once that you will postpone it as long as you can. The freeing up of karmas when all else is lost. The glory in defeat. The great turnaround. So everyone freed as you are freed. Nothing held back any longer ever again. So I think what this Taurus 17 means to me is that there is a big breaking free from things that have been hard for you and keeping you stuck happening in the next week or two here at this new moon. Freeing of karmas, you know, getting rid of old things been holding you back so that you can move forward. Huge relief and release. Strongly believe that 100%. Okay. And if you aren't feeling it yet, hang in there, be patient, and just chill because it's coming. Okay, then let's look at 18 Taurus. It says the fruit of the vine, limitless supply, is the rhythmic law of the Divine Mother. There are those who are given over to the Divine Mother and her earthly counterpart, she of earth, and who are called upon to give something beyond them and to do so selflessly. A heavy responsibility to take on because there are no boundaries to it. A certain rapture in being able to serve in this fashion. Okay. Yet the ritual gesture is so given over to the mother that what dominates every breath is the explicit need that is here, to live inside that need, to be surrounded by it, and to know only that there is somebody, that there's everybody. Okay. The growing into the task, the becoming worthy. So I think what the Taurus 18 is saying to me, because there's a lot of like Divine Mother, and to me, Mother is about like new life, giving birth, different things coming. You know, that's what I feel there. And being present throughout that process. So I think combining these 2 degrees together, I think at this new moon, we're breaking free from a lot of things, karmas, things that have been difficult here in a very positive way to help us move on into new beginnings and to work with those. And we just need to be present and not go too far ahead and not go too far in the past. Just be present with wherever we're at here in order to bring that together. And then let's look at Taurus 19. It says a remarkable instinct for the next lesson, finding it, learning it, and drawing everything out of it. Specialized in destiny activation and interested in nothing else. Purposely driven to take up karmic lessons. Okay, working the territory, making way for something new. Okay, so what that means to me, Taurus 19, is that we're going to be calling in new lessons, new experiences after this, and kind of going to be resetting the stage of our lives for just different experiences after this point. So I think that's what I get. Releasing the old karmas, something else being born. We just have to be present, and totally new karmas and life lessons downloading, you know, after this point here. Okay, that we're going to be working out after this. Okay, and I think that's it. Because that's it, I'm now going to go ahead and just take a look at your card here. Your card is the Ace of Pentacles here, reversed. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Seven of Swords reversed. The Ace of Pentacles is interesting. I do feel like it's kind of a Taurus card because it's a pentacle, which to me is earth. And that can indicate and it's reversed. So it can indicate us just not feeling where we want to be right now at this time with money, with ourselves, with our sense of security, maybe not feeling like we have much to show for ourselves here. That's going on. Maybe feeling like things are stale because the Ace, right, about beginnings, not feeling like we have the beginning that we want. Okay. The Seven of Swords here is a lot about things happening in private or things happening in secret, things that you can't see yet here. So I think that's a thought that I have. Some of you aren't feeling like you're where you want to be, or like you're in different and better experiences here, that you have anything to show for yourself, money and otherwise. And the message is like, if you don't feel like it, it's not because it's not there. It's not because it's not about to happen. It's just because it hasn't revealed itself yet, or you haven't seen it yet here, and it's hiding and it's going to reveal itself soon. It's going to make itself known to you soon, very soon, unexpectedly, about how to do so, and to keep the hope and faith here that you're going to be fine and something's going to work out. Okay, not only that, but again, the Seven of Swords to me sometimes is about like working, trying to take care of business, trying to be cunning, and it's reversed. So not only am I getting the message of like, some of you don't feel like you have any new beginning yet to show for yourself. I understand. It's going to take more time to play out. Don't worry. You just can't see it yet, but it's coming. Have faith and stop trying to logically work it out, and stop trying to figure it out in your mind, and stop trying to be smart and be cunning about it here, because some things in life don't need more thinking and more strategy or whatever here. Just let it go. Just let it go and let it be, because that's when you're going to give the space for things to come together in the way that it needs. Okay, and I think that's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful for you. I hope that you have a good new moon here in Taurus, and a lot of good things happen for you in the next week or two with the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube or subscribe to my channel. Thanks again. I'll talk to you on the next video 2 weeks from now.